my family to the world, be my very own constellation. A teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star in the boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Cobain can you with his face singing songs on station to station. And Elderon's not far away, it's Californication.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it seems as though my in-game microphone is still not working after about 10 minutes of troubleshooting. I said that the break we had was going to be 2 minutes. I lied. I forgot that these players are from Southeast Asia, and I'm sure most of them like smoking. I know that's a generalization, perhaps even a stereotype, but it's true. That's usually what these breaks are for. That and bathroom usage, of course. But anyways, we are back into the game, so no harm done. I know it's a little bit later than people were expecting, but we are here. It is Detonator versus Exit Woundz. Yoshimito Detonator, a Japanese team, well, a Japanese company played by a Pinoy team. Exit Woundz, a Cambodian team. And right now, they're down 0-1 in this series. They need to figure out how to get back into it. Thanks for joining us, folks. My name is Mont. With me, of course, today is Jenkins. Jenkins, what are you expecting after Game 1? I feel like they need a better draft in that first game for Exit Woundz, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely need a better draft. Or, at the very least, they need to try to set up their lanes a lot better. Like, be way more picky and choosy rather than just kind of accepting, okay, well, we kind of got out laned, whatever, you know, we'll just keep trying. Like, you don't do that in this patch. You want to move your heroes around in terms of giving people the best laning setup possible. Like, you don't pick a Broodmother and allow that hero to solo into like an Axe or something like that when you could solo the Brood against, you know, a tri-lane that'll just get dumpstered. You want to play the lane game. Like, you can't be lazy about it in this patch, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just, and then also, you know, if you do get outlaned, then just why not try to be efficient with your experience? Like, have somebody go jungle, have one of the strong cores go jungle, or go for a rotation. Give a support mid lane, get them some experience. Try to hit different power spikes. You know, like, I feel like there was a lot of kind of just, it was a bit pubby, where you just kind of play. You know, you just play and lose.
You hope for the best, essentially.
You know? Yeah, essentially.
That's you're absolutely right about that. I mean, I think there was definite issues for these teams, I would say, specifically for Exit Woundz, because like you said, it did feel like they were kind of lazy about the lanes. They could have swapped the lanes. They could have sent the Batrider bottom against the Lycan if they wanted to. Obviously, that would have been that's the reason why they picked that matchup. I think it didn't end up happening. They tried doing that against the Mirana, and then not only is the Slark dies, then of course the Batrider dies numerous times to the Mirana in that top lane, and it might be just as tough because they pick Mirana again, and now they have Sand King Clockwork for Detonator. One of these will be an offlaner. I would assume probably Clockwork. He's kind of making his comeback as an offlaner, which I think is really strong. I had one of the best Clockwork games I've ever had the other day. I know this is not really important to this game, but it's important for me to tell you that I literally destroyed. I went like 22-20 over the course of the game within a 30-minute time span against a Tinker Slark. And
20 deaths?
22-20. So KDA, 20 kills, 2 deaths.
20. Okay. I thought it was 22-20. I was like, I don't know, dude, that's a lot of deaths.
No.
You know?
I had 2 deaths, and
hey,
it was great.
Your microphone.
Yeah.
I think I'm having an issue with my microphone too. Are you in windowed mode?
I am.
Borderless window. Okay, click off the. Do you have a dual screen?
I've had this issue before. I do have a dual screen.
Click off the screen, and then like off of Dota, and then start talking.
Test. I'm off Dota. It's still not working.
It's not working. This is so weird for me.
I think maybe they bugged something about borderless. I'm gonna try changing this to full screen and see if that fixes it. Because I think
give it a shot, yeah. Because it's weird, because when I click off of my Dota onto Dota buff, I can see my icon goes from the. I'm even seeing the yelling dude, the yelling bubble. You know what I mean? When I get real close to the mic and personal, but then also I'm seeing the white bubble. When I click onto Dota, it's red. There's the red little microphone thing. So Something's up.
Yeah,
Something,
there is.
something
I
is
think that
bugged
something
here.
has been bugged in 7. Where's the option where it's all like? There should be an option with the microphone where it always. Let's see. It should be right here actually. Play sound and desktop. No, that's not what I want. Chat message sound. No, broadcasters.
Hello. Oh, wait a minute. When I go to the menus, it's
Here, I'm just
so
gonna
weird.
put this at full screen, and if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna. I'll see what happens.
I'm gonna
This
try
should
slowing mine to
fix
full
it.
screen too.
It did not fix it. Why is this
It did
not
not
fixing
fix
it?
Hmm.
All right.
Let's
Well, I
see.
guess I'll go back to borderless window.
Did I crash my Dota? Oh no, I didn't. It didn't fix it for me either. I think I can't be heard in game either. Actually,
Why is it giving you the red microphone still?
it's giving me the red microphone. Yeah.
This is very awkward. I have no idea what they changed, but I think there is a bug with Dota 2 microphones right now. I'm almost positive because I have not changed anything since the start of this tournament, and all of a sudden it's changed today.
I guess I can just click off of my screen.
You know, it
not
might
move my
be
camera at all.
they did update Steam. I haven't updated yet. I guess there's the new chat beta, and people are installing that. I haven't currently installed it.
10 seconds.
Huh. Maybe that screwed some things up.
Yeah, so I don't want to focus on it too much.
Yeah. We got a draft here.
Yeah, but just I want to make sure everybody understands that this is not a me issue. I have not changed anything. I have tried fixing it numerous times. Nothing is working. My microphone is clearly working because you guys can hear me perfectly. I'm talking into the mic currently. I'm talking to Jenkins. Everything should be good otherwise. But for now, let's focus on the draft. There is a Disruptor, Razor, Puck, Night Stalker for Exit Wounds. Very good draft so far for them. They have the Disruptor to lock down and bring back the Mirana. Although she does have leaps, so she is pretty, she can still kind of get away. They have the Crippling Fear against her. They have Night Stalker to run some of these heroes down. They have
Coil as
Razor,
well.
which is, I don't know, not that great against Mirana, but against something like a Clockwork, probably pretty good, I would assume.
It's good against Clock. Decent against Sand King too. You can keep vision of him. Well, like pseudo vision. You know where he is, and if he runs away with the link, then also he's like these are just melee in your face heroes that want to just. They want to initiate and just sit in the middle of the team fight, and Razor obviously can punish that heavily by just draining their damage.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a lot better of a draft, and I think kind of the most important thing about this draft is I don't see any particular laning setup where they're going to get like completely demolished.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's way better in that respect, and I think that's just a result of picking these heroes like Night Stalker, Puck. These kind of can go anywhere heroes, can be core, can be Puck can be mid, Puck can be off lane, Puck can be safe lane. Night Stalker, same thing, except instead of mid, he can be support. Either of the support roles. So when you pick a lineup like this, it's very, very hard to get that kind of gotcha, where you just automatically lose the lane because you've revealed your draft early. So that's just flex picks for you. Strong laning flex picks.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate, pretty good about Exit Wounds. I like their draft a lot, and they're going to have to pick something ridiculous here for me to not like their draft for Exit Wounds, which is assumedly an offlaner. I think it's Night Stalker, Disruptive Support, Puck, probably mid. That's really all that it's. From what I've seen in this tournament, that's really the only place it's been played in. Razor safe lane. Okay, I was wrong. It's a Puck off lane and an Ember Spirit mid.
I was going to say, I really like the Puck Night Stalker dual lane. It's two heroes who have incredibly high base stats for just sitting there and trading with people. And
that's true.
If you're playing with like a Lion, honestly, what I think a really great pick here would be is Bloodseeker. If Bloodseeker is available, I would say Bloodseeker's super good. It's really good in the kind of laning setup where you have these heroes who want to just bully you down slowly but surely, because you can just obviously heal through it. And then if you run some sort of dual off lane with a Sand King Clockwork, maybe you can get some harass damage, maybe with a mid Mirana, although I don't know about Mirana versus Puck. I'm not sure who wins that one. Probably about even.
I would say
maybe favored towards Puck.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a little Puck favored now, although Mirana's way better than she used to be in mid lane.
I would be way more in favor of the Bloodseeker if there was more of a harass off lane for Yoshimoto, like Clock and Sand King. That's kind of a kill lane. So I would wager that.
Oh, because of the blood rage or the thirst. I mean, is what you're.
Thirst, yeah. Usually want some sort of heroes that are. I mean, you could still pick it. Doesn't have to be like a perfect Bloodseeker game to pick it. I still think it's good. I mean, Slark is decent. Is that picked or banned? No, that's not banned
It's available.
at all. Although not great against Razor, honestly, not good against Ember, not good against Disruptor. Maybe it's actually not a good Slark game at all. But
I was just gonna say it seems pretty rough.
That's a pretty popular pick though. I mean, they could just do Mirana Carry, do a Death Prophet. That's another. Oh, a Shadow Fiend. Okay.
That's kind of quite the matchup for SF against. They might switch this Ember Spirit up because I think I've seen a couple games this tournament where SF has completely and utterly destroyed Ember Spirits in mid. So
I think SF destroys Puck too, though. If he can get some souls.
I mean, it's true. Maybe
so
Razor
Puck is guaranteed to give the SF the souls.
I think if they send Razor mid, it might not be a bad idea. They're not going to though. I don't think.
I think Razor actually gets beaten by SF too because you can just triple race him if he tries to link you.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
Worth his...
So what you're saying
SF
essentially, this is a really tough matchup regardless who goes mid.
I think this was an amazing SF pick.
I agree.
I
think he's gonna. Plus, it's with Clockwork, by the way. We forgot to talk about that, so he's gonna get extra soul. Like
souls.
This Ember Spirit's going to get crushed. I think in mid lane. I'm very scared for Kumi, who already lost mid last game against a Storm in a matchup that I think is Tinker favored for the most part in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's gonna have this kind of situation now is a bit scary. I think for.
Yeah, I mean, unless they sit like a Night Stalker in the lane.
Yeah, but you don't really want to do that, I think.
Not really in this patch. I mean, there's a lot of pretty good reasons against doing that sort of. Usually when you do that, you're going to roam out of the lane to another lane, and then SF is just going to get souls anyway, and then you lost another lane because you were sitting mid, and you just lose 2 lanes then instead of 1. And then mid is so hard to roam on because the towers are so close together. So it's like when you come back, you're not going to get a kill. So it's almost like you just kind of ditch the mid lane right now, unless it's a really, really good kill that you can take.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. Good news is...
Okay, it is a Night Stalker Puck. They're just going to solo the mid, which is...
I think that's fine. I think getting some aggression bottom is really important for exit wounds.
Yeah. I think that's... I mean, the thing is, you're leaving an Ember versus a matchup that's obviously unfavorable, but arguably better than to put the Night Stalker mid. Although Sand King is heading bottom, so there's actually a support Clockwork core Sand King.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it is Yaj. I kind of would have liked the Sand King core, or the the Clockwork core. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played that one sick game. That's probably the reason why. I think Sand King getting an early blink is pretty important. I would have said, actually, if this was like a few days ago, I would have said I much like the Sand King as a core than the Clockwork because it's all about, for Clockwork, it's just levels. You don't really need that much farm. You just need like phase, earn, blade mail kind of thing, maybe 4 staff. With Sand King, getting that early blink is so important in this type of game. Arrow's going to sail. It won't hit on anybody for Detonator. They will have the 12 souls for the Shadow Fiend, which is going to be really tough for Kumi. I mean, like, I don't want to say this lane is already over, but it feels pretty over already, Jenkins.
The battle begins.
Yeah, that's just Clockwork SF for you, though. It's basically over when you pick the Clockwork and SF together. That's why a lot of people used to ban it, but with Clockwork and SF, kind of, you know, at the time those heroes were like incredibly broken. They've been nerfed a lot since then.
Yeah.
So obviously coming back into the meta for a pretty good reason because mid is more of a 1v1 now, but they were way better before. So.
Well.
Oh, they're swapping lanes. They want the Mirana versus the Razor.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably fine. I think he's good range, and he should be fine against him, but...
Ooh, the arrow!
Did it hit?
It's a
oh
dead
my
line.
god. They static link up the line, but the Disruptor's going to die, I think. Jules doesn't have leap? Oh my god, he doesn't have leap. Keep one arrow, that's right. Of course he doesn't have leap. That's pretty sad. They could have gotten that kill, but Owa couldn't walk up, otherwise he would have died to static link damage.
Yeah, Razor protecting his buddy.
Puck is already getting run at top, by the way, so this Night Stalker needs to come and help him. Cat finally rotated up here. All right. I mean, I do like Exit Wound's lineup, other than this Kumi mid Ember Spirit. I think otherwise they're doing pretty well so far.
Oh my god,
what?
SF14 denies just makes me sick
he's zoning.
That.
I mean, it's only 2 of them that are.
It's all souls. It's all souls, or it's all the cogs.
Yeah.
But it's still.
It's gonna get a
like,
lot higher in the next few minutes. You're gonna see it. He's getting plenty of CS. He's already at 8. I don't even know if he's missed one yet. We'll keep our eyes peeled on mid. I don't think he'll get a kill anytime soon, but he will at least outlane this Ember Spirit almost.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy.
Kumi walks up, he gets hit, and he just takes like half his HP. Well, not half, but you see how much damage he's taking right now.
It just gets harder and harder. You know, obviously in this sort of matchup, SF gets souls, he gets higher levels in those raises.
He's just crushing it right now. I mean, we'll keep our eyes peeled on the side lanes where the damage should happen. I'll try to watch the HP pools. I don't want to miss first blood again. I missed it already last game, so I'm already jinxing myself, I'm sure. Kumi is going to take a double raise, but no triple raise available for Shadow Fiend out of mana, sadly. Of course, he has the level 1 Necromastery. I have to get to 2 Necromastery. He's going to send out an Aquila already for the SF, which means this gets even harder for the Ember Spirit. Ember's up to 6 last hits. The Shadow Fiend's at 14. This is kind of how I know we probably didn't emphasize how bad this matchup was for Ember Spirit. At least I think I tried to, but realize with Clockwork, especially, this matchup is miserable. He will finally get a wave pushed into his tower, which means he'll get a little CS if it doesn't get denied by the SF.
Ooh, I want to see if the SF does the what's OpenAI strat, where you just like harass the crap out of the Ember under his own tower, push this wave, then keep him. But no, he's not. He's not going to do it.
OpenAI, man, what a weird thing that was. But
is he going to do it? I thought he was gonna. Okay, he's just denying in front of the.
Which is fine. It's not like the Ember Spirit's getting CS.
It's risky. It's risky to do it. But basically, what you do is you try to intentionally double wave the enemy, and then like push the wave behind their tower, and then you just zone them off.
Dude,
with spells, and they lose like 2 waves of experience.
The Night Stalker rotated mid for some reason. I'm not sure why. Then he ran back top. So maybe they dive this Sand King. Waiting Rift comes out. Void, this might be first blood. He's going to try to juke away. He might survive, actually. Void's back up at 6. Is he going to try to juke this? Obbing is still maybe going to live here. Oh, my. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. I'm tilted. I am tilted. I'm so tilted. Oh, that would have been first blood had they not, had he not juked. Oh my God, I'm tilted, Jenkins. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm tilted because I've been in that Sand King scenario where it's like, oh, you're doing these sick jukes, but for some reason you're south.
Well, I found that one. Jesus.
Well, I guess that's to be expected, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not.
Dude.
He has 60 denies in last hits right now.
He's 3 levels ahead of him now. As soon as he gets this last hit. He won't get the haste rune, though. Kumi's going to get that at least. Like, this is a miserable experience. Meanwhile, bottom, they've sent the puck bottom. I don't know why. I guess they rotated the lanes or something. It's not like they rotated the lanes everywhere. Like, Mirana's still bottom. Obbing getting run down by the Razor. I guess the Razor's... No, he's getting plenty of farm. What's happening? Why did they rotate?
You usually do some sort of lane rotation.
JS! If they get this kill, it would be huge. He's got Fairy Fire, and this is a big pickup here. He tries double raising. That is gigantic. Kumi gets level 4 off that. Finally, they rotated. Meanwhile, they're going to lose CO bottom, though, as the puck dies for the first time in the game for him. But, man, that's a big kill. He's now only at 11 Necromastery stacks, and now this Ember Spirit probably can lane a little bit, actually. Probably not, but still.
He can lane for about 7 seconds.
Yeah, until he TVs back in, and then he just gets it back up to, like, 18 Necromastery stacks.
But, yeah, that's a pretty common rotation, and actually, you can see...
They're going to do it again.
Shadow Fiend is just getting sat on. Yeah, they're going to go for it again. Although, they're responding.
There are already heroes here. JS is still in trouble, I think.
He has 1 charges.
They need to get in. They get off the glimpse, and he actually might die again. Thunderstrike, he is dead again. They're going to lose a lot for this, though, I think. They're going to lose Cat, probably the Ember Spirit, too, and the Mirana will get the kill, which is a double kill for Jules. So, as bad as that is for the SF, they at least get a lot out of it for Jules, which is good news for Detonator.
Normally, I'd be pretty against TPing in and defending like that, but when it's an SF, it's pretty important to get some sort of trade for it. And then also, that was a 3-hero committal, so from the Dire, so it is actually worth it. And then you just rotate the SF to the jungle or something like that. Have the Mirana continue laning mid. Maybe rotate the... Oh, Clock was actually going to farm bot, but he's getting gone on by the Night Stalker puck.
Yeah, he might die. They have Void. Yash couldn't get through. He has no cogs either. He'll try with Battery Salt, but he's probably dead. He will do some damage at least before going down, but he uses a Mango. So I think Exit Wounds, again, they're kind of salvaging this game by making some of these plays. I know the Ember Spirit's still pretty far behind that of the Shadow Fiend, but it was a 3-level advantage at one point. Now it's only a 1-level advantage, which is really good news for Kumi. I was not expecting that kill from Jules. I guess he hit an arrow and just killed Xing. Meantime, they're going to go mid again. Here we go. There's the Hex up. Owa's got an Earth Spike. He's going to use it onto the puck. It's not an easy kill to get, but with double raise, he will find it. And the Cog push. Very nice kill. And that gets JS the kill, and now he's back up to 20 Necromastery stacks. They just need some vision on like, to see if the Shadow Fiend's getting ganked. Like, even a ward like here would not be a bad idea, I think.
They have one.
Do they? Where? Oh,
yeah, right
I
between
meant
the lanes where the Night Stalker's rotating.
That one's nice, but I meant more like, so if he's just sitting in lane like here.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I like that ward a lot for SF.
I think it's okay for him to for the ward to be here because he could just play on the right side of the lane, as you see that he kind of is.
Yeah, that's true. Good call.
I think it's just like a play style thing. If he plays up to the left, then it's you know, he kind of deserves to die.
Yeah, right.
But dewarding too, making sure that they don't have vision. Yeah, I like that they're protecting this SF a little more. And the thing is, when you are running a lineup like this, I feel like actually as Morana gets going on top.
That's the Dream Coil broken and a big kill. Oh my god. They dropped the sentry. Okay.
Oh my
god.
He's
gonna have to leap. He's gonna have to have a godlike leap. He walked into the sentry.
Oh no.
He should have just leaped down. He had a leap available. I don't know why he didn't leap down there. I guess he gets glimpsed maybe if he does that.
I don't know. I think he was really scared that the Razor was gonna plasma field, so he's like, "Oh, get me out of here."
Yeah, but he might have been able to survive. It was gonna be tricky. Night Stalker behind Cat or JS, excuse me, but JS is gonna stack a creep camp here and see if he can get off.
This Razor is actually becoming quite an issue, though. To be honest,
that's true.
He's definitely the saving grace. Although the Ember's not doing too poorly in this.
He's about to die.
Spoke too soon. Way too soon.
You spoke too soon, my friend. You jinxed him. The caster's curse is real.
Oh, he was doing okay. Although he's got 2,300 gold.
No, I mean, like he's not as
doubled.
far behind as he should be, considering how the game went early on.
Yeah, the Night Stalker really salvaged this, but now Night's over for 4 minutes, and things are going to look a lot worse because there's no more of that salvaging. Night Stalker can just sit in a lane, and Puck is going to go to more of that kind of rotating role. But I think Detonator is pretty happy to take this game late. I
would agree. With a Morana and an SF, probably.
Morana's pretty insane now. Morana's pretty insane in the late game. And then you also have, like, the Lion disable with the Sand King disable. And then SF, who obviously is snowballing pretty hard. Clock initiation. I mean, they're dealing with, like, I don't know, Puck falls off pretty hard, especially when played in the side lanes. Ember, he's not doing well. He's a bit of a snowball hero. Razor, also a snowball hero. If he falls off at all, he's going to look really weak, although he's doing really well right now.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of farming the side lanes. He went for 4-staff first, actually.
Against Clockwork, it makes sense, right?
And Lion and Sand King, like all these single target heroes.
It's a pretty usually you'd see like phase drum for Razor, but in this game he knows that he needs that sort of oh, hold that thought. Jules gonna get Dream Coil by CO, who's looking for an orb. He actually, I think he missed it, and CO might be in trouble. The leap comes through. They have the arrow that hits, and that's a kill. So Jules is gonna get a free kill gifted to him because Puck gets a little too aggressive. So Morana pretty happy with that.
Yeah, once again, this is this sort of hero, this sort of lineup that is snowbally in nature, and if they're going to fall off against this Radiant lineup, things are going to start looking worse and worse. Although I say that, it's only a 1k gold lead for Detonator, so it could definitely be a lot worse given the lane, the laning situation in the mid. Ooh, nice steal by Sand King.
Nice play from Mobbing, really good stuff there.
Yeah.
He almost got
those runes are so important. Stealing the enemy side of runes is super effective. Like, a lot of gold. A lot of gold.
Oh, they have Clockwork 6. Clock actually just has a lot of HP for a hero that has no items right now. He's raindropping his stick, and that's it.
Literally no HP
Yeah, no HP items, and he's got 1,200 almost at this point in the game. They're going to go for a hook play here. It looks like Abing looking to maybe burrow initiation, and now Luke in trouble.
Razor's an easy kill, actually. He has no items.
Where's the hook? There it is, and that will be the kill more than likely, and it will be Yaj securing it, and that's the Dragonlance also done for JS that he picked up a little while ago.
That's just the problem when you're going for Force first. It's like you said earlier. A lot of the time, Razors will go for drums, they'll go for Hood. When he's just building directly into that Force staff, he doesn't even bother to send it out on the courier because it doesn't give him any effective stats, really.
Yeah.
He's not any tankier at all, so until he has that full item, he's going to be super, super weak. So even though he was the top net worth for his team, which he still is, I mean, he was the top net worth in general for a while, too.
That's in trouble. Luckily, the siege creep is there. They will come back Yaj. All right, that's Finger.
That is a Finger.
Man, they're going to try to turn with Remnant. They do have Searing Chains. They don't get it off, though. Will they dive this? They're going to. They're going to get Owa. Here comes the Epi, though, and... Oh, he only gets one with the burrow. He could have gotten two. Instead, Kumi's going to try to Remnant away. The leap in. Starstorm will kill him. Luke's going to link a lot of damage. No, actually, only 35. He'll try to turn. Uh-oh, Jules. That's a little too aggressive, buddy. The puck comes in. The counter initiation is there, and exit wounds. They'll take 3. What a turn. I didn't expect that.
Although SF is pushing the bottom tier 1.
Yeah, he got the bottom tier 1, which is good news for Detonator. But still, that's a pretty big turn, actually. The thing is, if Kumi survives, it's even better. Unfortunately, he's not able to do so. And again, Exit Wounds, they're fighting back. You know, they aren't necessarily having the best early game, but they're still in it, especially more so than they were in the last game. That is a great fight for them, I would say, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, that was daytime, too. Now it's night. Now, I mean, we saw what happened in the last nighttime. If this Night Stalker can do that again, they're going to be looking pretty solid, actually. And it looks like they're grouping up to smoke right now. Oh, no, they don't have one.
They have an invis on Puck. There's also a ward that they're running on top of.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that sentry's going to miss. That's depressing. Although the ward does drop anyway.
But now they know the map they still know their map positioning, so they're going to avoid this area.
Yeah, they're just going to push top at this point.
Marauder's going to go mid, push it out, and then...
Oh, they're wrapping on her. Is she not expecting this?
No, he gets out of this for
He needs to leap, potentially. He will. They were looking for a Crippling Fury and Hunter in the night. Cat can't quite find the Mirana, so he gets out into safety, and they're gonna just take the top
Although
tower.
that is really good warding from the Dire. Like they got some nice wards down.
I would be this mid one probably won't get dewarded, but the one on the Uber Cliff, I'd be surprised if that didn't get dewarded at some point.
Yeah, that's a pretty ridiculous ward spot. So
the Uber Cliff.
Yeah, that secures such a huge area of the jungle and around the tier 2. I mean, you can see the damn tier 2. Like, what's going on with that? Basically seeded the tier 2.
Yeah, there's still a tier 1 in the meantime, which is really weird. Usually you see this Uber Cliff ward when the tier 1's already dead, I would say. But
yeah, usually. I guess Exit Wounds is just pretty confident in their ability to take this tier 1. A lot of the time teams will just sack it because they know it's so important for the enemy team, and it's pretty hard to defend because there's so much space between the tier 1 and the tier 2 that it's just like it hugely favors the enemies.
By the way,
to take the safe lane tier 1.
I wanted to ask, we see Dragonlance coming up from Mirana. A lot of times it's Maelstrom first because you farm quicker and it does more damage. What do you think about getting Dragonlance first in this hero? Oh, actually, hold that thought. We're going to have a fight probably. Static Storm coming out. Jules is dead. And here comes the epicenter turn. They're looking for CO. They have a finger. He can't get it off. Finally does. It's not enough damage with the urn taking down. He probably will die. Remnant comes in, then he gets glimpsed back. That was the most awkward glimpse back I've ever seen. And that's really important. The SF is no longer there. That's a lot of their damage gone. And they're going to dive with Kumi, and they're going to get a lot of these kills. A double for Luke. It's a triple for the Razor. What a glimpse from that Disruptor. What a play coming out from Exit Wounds. And they're going to secure the tier 1 tower as well, Jenkins.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter when if your SF is the most farmed hero on the map if he's just not there. You know, not by his own volition either. He wanted to be there. But that's just the nature of trying to TP into a disruptor. So.
And he was so close to his BKB too. If he had that BKB, he just pops it and they turn and fight, and he probably kills everybody. But
this game, man, it's all about these like timings. Like you abuse the fact that he's just barely at that BKB, and when he gets the BKB in the next fight, it might not be as cut and as easy as that fight would have been if he had the BKB. You know what I mean? Like. Things snowball. Actually, as I say that...
He is in trouble. Void, Static Link coming in. He needs some help now, but there's nobody nearby, and he is almost certainly dead. Death Requiem will do little to no damage. He's down for 45. Great smoke. A very smart play from Exit Wounds. They take one fight, they smoke. Meanwhile, they're going to find the puck, though. Hookshot coming in. The rest of the team is coming. I don't think they have the damage. Sio's going to get out of this with John, almost certainly. And now the rest of the team might come in with Kumi. He's looking to dive with the Remnant coming through. He misses the Sleight of Fist Syrian Chain. The Earth Split comes out from Owa. They have the clock. He is going to get glimpsed back. The kinetic field is there. Static Storm is available. It's not on cooldown, but they will find the kill without it anyway. In the meantime, the Mirana is bottom, and they're going to try to find this kill with Cat. No Moonlight Shadow available. There's the Crippling Fear. They need another hero down here, but Cat won't get a rotation. Instead, they're going to try to push top. Suddenly, for the first time in the game, Exit Wounds is now up in net worth, although barely. This is a critical juncture for this Exit Wounds team, I would say, Jenkins.
I like how they're playing. Ooh. Oh, they're just standing right on the ward.
Yes, I got
right on the ward.
Sorry, go ahead.
I like how they're just completely balls to the wall. That's exactly how they need to play this when they have such a snowbally lineup, and they're completely abusing this Night Stalker hero to its fullest capacity. You know, every single time this guy hits nighttime, they're looking to get active. You see them running through the jungle, securing enemy jungle, getting wards down, which maybe won't get vision of the enemies, like you can see here. I mean, these wards are amazing, but for the majority of the last 4 minutes, these wards haven't been seeing anybody. But that's information. That's still information because you know that's where they aren't. So I really love that they're able to use this Night Stalker, to use the vision, to use the fear factor, to just kind of keep this game rolling really, really quickly, which is exactly what they want. Because these heroes, they're not farming heroes. They're kill heroes, you know? They want to fight. Even Ember Spirit.
And by the way, I don't want to detract from your really good point. Fear Factor, great show. Really good show with Joe Rogan.
Oh, I'm a Joe Rogan fan, man. You watch his podcast?
Hookshot, I sure do. But, you know, CEO, he's going to turn this around. And Owa is dead. He does get the finger off, so they'll turn a 1-for-1 trade. Epicenter coming in. Link on to Luke. They need to kill him, and they will do so. I think. Maybe not. Earn taking it down, and there's the auto attack. JS is in. Static Storm only on Diage right now. Kumi a little bit low in HP, and finally, it looks like Detonator are turning this fight around, turning this game around at this point. They'll glimpse back one. They get to the shrine. Kumi and Cat running away. I thought they could have kept chasing, but they decided not to.
I think both teams are kind of happy to get out of that one alive. That looked close for both.
Oh, a lot of gold, though, for Detonator. Look how much gold the Shadow Fiend got. They killed the Puck and the Razor, both really important heroes for Exit Woundz.
Yeah. That's, man, I'm honestly, I'm not a huge favor of this, or a huge fan of this Razor build, and I'm not in favor of it as well. I really think that in a lot of these fights, if he had more tanky items, they would just completely be destroying.
He doesn't need the Hurricane, but I think the Force I agree with completely. If he went Force BKB or Force Hood or something, I would have been fine with it. Instead, he went Hurricane Pike. I know that does make you a little tankier with the Dragonlance, but still, you know.
I mean, it's a Dragonlance, so it doesn't really add much stats. Like, that item has been nerfed over and over in terms of the stats that it gives. That's
why I was asking about the Mirana too, right? Like, usually you see Maelstrom first in this Mirana, and she would have done a lot more damage, and she would have farmed a lot more.
I think it was a mistake going for the Dragonlance and Mirana. I think we saw in a lot of fights he's doing a lot less damage than you'd expect at this point.
Absolutely.
For Mirana, I think if he had a Maelstrom, he'd be a lot scarier.
I agree. I know that it is some tankiness. You want to have the extra range, but Jules...
But it feels like it's not making him more tanky, though. He's just dying in every fight anyway.
It's true. Yeah, it's very true. I agree. Hookshot misses on to the Disruptor. They do have Glimpse. He's going to try to find a Glimpse if they TP back home. They're going to want to get out where there's no vision. In the meantime, JS does take that Tier 2 tower. I think they need to go either push Tier 1 mid or defend bottom. I'm not sure if they can do both. They're going to Moonlight Shadow, but they did so close to a dire ward. I think Troll Pings are coming out. Kumi's got to drop a Remnant down. Burrow Strike only onto 1. If he goes a little bit further, that would have been onto 2. Arrow misses. Epicenter going to get channeled. I don't know if they needed it just to secure that kill. They're going to get the Tier 1 now. I think they just need it. I'm surprised the SF's not running up and hitting it. Kumi still has his Remnant. The Tier 2, actually, they didn't push it. They tried rotating and defending for some reason. I think they could have pushed that Tier 2 tower.
I think so, too. I mean, the tier 1 is almost dead anyway. You know the entire enemy team is... I mean, they had vision of a lot of that. You know the entire enemy team is going to just group up and take that. I mean, it's such an important Tier 1. Why not trade for a Tier 2? The thing is, like, when you're TPing in to defend a tower, if you're not already set up for it, you don't have a specific idea of why you're trying to defend that, rather than just, oh, let's get kills, you know? It usually just ends up not going in your favor because you stagger in your TPs. So, of course, you're going to lose the fight if you're staggering in your TPs. And then the enemy team's going to initiate on you. They're going to kill somebody before you can fight them. Speaking of that, Sand King's dead.
Yeah, not a big deal. But think about how much they just got out of that. The Tier 1 and the Tier 2. Tier 1 mid, Tier 2 top. A lot of map control gained. The one thing they didn't gain is...
Roshan control.
Yeah, the one thing they didn't get, though, is a lot of wards in the enemy jungle. They only have a couple wards, and they're kind of, like, shallow.
Yeah, that is true. Although they do have vision of... They do have vision of that Tier 2.
Mirana might be dead. Yes. Okay, they missed the Dream Coil. She leaps 3 times. They're still chasing her. She's actually still dead. The rest of her team is nowhere near her, which I think is kind of interesting. I guess the Sand King wasn't there. Used all 3 leaps. She really needs a BKB. That's what she's building next. You know, that will keep her alive if she gets caught like that again.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're going to try to fight 4 versus 5 for Exit Woundz, or 5 versus 4, rather. At least get some vision now, and I think you need to be careful if you're Detonator. You could throw the game right here if you're not careful, even with like a Shadow Fiend BKB and Hurricane Pike now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
They have they have little vision on the high ground. They do see Cat running around. I don't know where
There's
that vision's coming
really,
from.
really good vision from exit wounds, though. Like, honestly, this is terrible for Detonator.
Yeah, they shouldn't be fighting this. They need to leave obbing. He's dead already. Why are they fighting this? JS back up at this point. They're going to have to run, or Hurricane Pike comes back. They need to BKB. TP comes out for JS, but now he has to run. This is all of a sudden being pretty throw heavy, although they do bring down Kumi. He does get fingered. I was not expecting that. Here comes Jules. Did he buy back? No, he's just respawned. And now he gets the arrow. He's got a DD rune. They're turning it around. I spoke too soon. Jules and JS going to work. They get off the Hex. They're looking for more. They have Earth Spike. He can't get it off. He doesn't have enough mana. He's going to have the mana drain, but that won't be able to get the kill. They get 3 kills for exit wounds. They only lose both supports. Finally, they're going to find a 4th, it looks like, too. Do they have a leap for Jules? They don't. Maybe not. Cat's pretty fast at this point. Hurricane Pike is down for a few seconds. Jules deciding not to chase, and somehow...
Would you say that he's the fastest man alive?
He is the fastest man alive. Although I don't know if he's really a man. I guess he is...
He's
I
the
guess that's his
fastest human
gender.
alive.
Gender, so.
That is true. Gender or sex? Gender or sex? Because, you know, there's infinity genders.
Right. Is sex the PC term? Or, like saying man or woman?
PC term. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the PC term.
Oh.
And I think the scientific term is either. I think the regular person term is just say whatever the hell you want, whenever you want, you know?
I think that's accurate.
Hey, look at this Sand King. That's a TP out.
Green
It's
coil.
coiled.
Nice kill. You know, not the end of the
Born
world for him
hero.
to die. Meanwhile, you have the SF pushing top, so whatever. Not a huge problem.
453 gold, though.
So, as close as this game is, it's still a slight advantage. Oh, Kumi might be dead. They don't have finger. Hookshot comes out. He has his flame guard running. All right, he's just dead. Marana actually
Hey,
did so
there's
much
that
damage.
Marana damage that we talk about.
She
Oh
hit
my
level
God.
15, and then she got a Maelstrom, and all of a sudden she just destroys the Ember Spirit. Like, he's paper thin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't have his Flame Guard especially, she just crushes him. But even if he did, he would have still had a lot of auto attack damage, so...
So 220 bonus attack speed, 170 magical damage, 25% chance on every hit.
I
And
feel
then-
like I should be playing Marana a lot more in this current meta.
175, about 175 attack damage, with Tread's attack speed as well.
This Marana, essentially, she's going to be nerfed way harder pretty soon because she's very strong right now.
I think so too. It's really good against a dual offlane too.
Yeah. They're going to lose Yaj. Not a big deal. I mean, the Detonator are they're losing supports and like offlaners, and they're getting vision up. They're getting the SF farm. They're getting the Marana farm. So the trade-off is really not that bad. I mean, look at the SF. He's jumped to the top of the net worth by 4K. You know, Razor is starting to slow down, as you would expect, because he's a Razor. He can't farm that well. SF can crush waves.
If you're not snowballing, that's that last night was not as dominant as the previous ones, and that's just what we're just going to see the effects of that. It's going to hit day, and the Radiant is going to obviously take over, but then the next time it hits night, it's going to be even less dominant, and then less, and then less, and then less, because you have a snowbally lineup. Really, at this point, it's kind of the Ember Spirit that they're counting on to be that late game threat. But he's dealing with Marana SF on the other hand, so pretty difficult heroes. Like, you take a fight, the Radiant's just going to do more damage than you do, unless you get some crazy pick off or you snowball them with super high net worth. You know, like there's options, but they're not easy ones.
They're going to head in a Roche for Detonator with a double damage on Marana. This thing will die extraordinarily fast.
This Marana keeps getting DDs.
Yeah, Jules is having a pretty good game for that.
Leap? Oh, he leaps. Look how much damage. Look at that.
It's kind of insane. And look at the Aegis. And Exit Wounds pinked it out. They knew exactly what they were doing, but they couldn't get there in time. They couldn't even push the tier 2 tower bottom, which is really depressing for them. They do have a BKB flying out for the Ember Spirit. The Razor has his as well. By the way, the Razor, excuse me, went for the unstable current move speed instead of the static link damage. And that's one way you could have won a fight if you linked like 200 damage for the Razor, then he just turns and he just slaps people and they all die. That's not going to happen anymore, or at least not as much.
That's like the way more late game. I mean, wait. Dude, I'm honestly not a huge fan of the 4% unstable current move speed. I mean, that's like, how much movement speed
it's
is
just
that?
20. I don't know if it's 24 or if it's however much.
That's got to be like 20 or something movement speed, right? I mean, obviously it scales with agility, so it's weird, but...
I mean, he moves really quick when he pops his phase. He's at 448 without it. And when he pops his phase, he'll probably be roughly around 500. which is nice and all, but yeah, it's...
That damage, though, I mean, it's like getting an additional level in the stat.
Yeah, I agree. It's exactly that. And I know you want to move fast and through these fights and try to catch some of these heroes like the SF, who's very speedy, and the Mirana, who has a lot of mobility herself. But I think in order to win some of these engagements, either the Ember or the Razor are going to have to do a lot of damage, preferably both, against these heroes. Yeah. And they don't do that right now, I don't think. Especially the Ember Spirit is only a Maelstrom and BKB.
Although he does have an Arcane Rune in his bottle. That could be pretty insane.
All right. If both Kumi and the Razor buy Shiva's Guard, I'll probably end up losing it, I think. Just because that's just a waste of money for both of them to purchase the same item. I think Ember will probably switch his quick buy. I hope, anyway.
Yeah, that would definitely be fairly questionable.
I think like the Ember needs
what does he pick up? Radiance or something?
I think. Well, he didn't go for the Battle Fury build, but he could still like MKB or something. Are you talking about the Ember?
Something. Ember, yeah. I'm just thinking. People are going Eon Disc on Ember sometimes, but I mean,
I think he
like
needs more damage than what it.
I know that.
Like Eon Disc will help that. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like he's definitely got a lot on his shoulders this game, and an Eon Disc is like, yeah, he'll stay alive, but I guess that's why he's going for the Shiva's Guard. He wants to have more kind of late game magical damage / just late game capability.
He could finish Mjolnir, but I don't know if you want to do that.
I don't think so, because it doesn't improve the magic cleave anymore. It used to make it do more damage, but.
All right, here we go.
Maybe honestly just like a Battle Fury and Daedalus or something.
I was thinking Daedalus or MKB, honestly. But
MKB,
we'll wait.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll wait and see. Here we go. Wrap around. Cat's going to run in. They need the silence. They get it off. Triple Remnant coming in. Those are double BKBs, though. This is already not a great fight. He only gets 42 damage linked by this Razor. Epicenter goes, but it doesn't do anything. Kinetic Field comes out. Burrow Strike, they found the puck, but they're going to come back if there's no more BKBs available. They'll take that in the Mirana, and JS will lose his Aegis. Yes, the puck is dead, but Luke is starting to do some work with Kumi as well. Aubing's going to get voided up more than likely, and he'll die. Can they get another kill? They didn't. Did he use Void? Okay, he didn't. They still have it, and they're going to find 4 kills. Big fight for Exit Wounds. They've done it. They've turned it around. They just had to wait for the BKBs to be down, and once they were, they immediately did a lot of damage. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they don't need damage on the Ember Spirit because he did a lot there.
Well, honestly, that was like the Arcane Rune that made that fight so hard for them.
Yeah, that's
was
true.
What's the cooldown? Okay, so Searing Chains lasts 3 seconds, a 5.6 second cooldown with the Arcane Rune. So, yeah, he was doing way too much damage.
Are they actually going to push this? They can. There's no SF for 48 seconds. Exit Wounds trying to get their way back into this series. They are currently down 1-0, or 0-1 rather. And they're going to maybe secure this tier 3 hook shot, though. Kumi in trouble. They've got the Earth Spike. The cock push back. He needs to Remnant. He needs to BKB. He can't get it off in time. He will get out, though, finally. And Cat now the one that's going to get focused down. They will be able to defend their tier 3 tower. Looked a little bit scary there for Detonator for a moment. Cat's still getting run at. They have Blink Burrow in about 2 seconds. They don't even need the Blink. The Burrow Strike comes out. The air will hit, and they will find Cat. But even if he dies, it's not the end of the world for Exit Wounds. Mega kill spree picked up by Jules, which is nice. But good news for Detonator. They still hold on to their tier 3 tower. But that last fight, that's a little bit scary, I think, if you're Detonator. Because you lost it pretty hard. They only really got the puck and then a Disruptor kill in that engagement.
I personally think that in that fight, there's a lot of focus on the heroes that don't really matter. Like, okay, when you're team fighting against a puck disruptor, I can understand focusing them when you don't have the BKBs because their abilities will just destroy you. But when you have BKBs, do you really care about those heroes after they've used all of their abilities? Like, they're useless. You know what I mean? Like, why kill them? The Razor and the Ember, however, they were just like chunking out damage in that fight. I feel like they need to.
Being a puck. Sorry to cut you off, but he's dead. He didn't have a TP scroll.
An arrow. The Lion has been super effective with this Hex, actually.
Does he have a
4-second disable?
Owa getting a blink early into this game is really important. He's going to have an Aeon Disc soon. As long as he gets his, like, this is what you were talking about, too. As long as you get the abilities off, you don't really care if you kill them. Like, if the Lion was to get off his Hex, his Earth Spike, and his Finger, you're probably fine.
Oh, yeah. As long as it's on a good hero. Like, yeah, that's perfect. Who cares? Just go in, use the Aeon Disc, die after it goes away. Who cares? As long as you're disabling the right heroes.
They want to force buyback here for the puck. This is still a tricky fight. They have picked up the Shiva's Guard for Luke. They've also picked up the Blink on Kumi, so the Ember Spirit, that's what he grabbed. Force out of the Static Storm, so that's down now.
Hurts.
Yeah, my bad indeed. I think they still don't push, though. I think they back up and just try to take a fight elsewhere. They did Moonlight Shadow. Meanwhile, Nightstalker's almost at BKB. Look how tanky he is. My god, this hero is ridiculous.
It's a stupid hero. 200 health, 15 strength, talent.
He just won't die in these fights, but then you're not supposed to focus him anyway, to be fair.
No, they honestly they need to pop the BKBs and like focus the Ember. I mean that's what they need to do. They need to pop the BKBs, focus the Ember. They can also focus the Razor, although he has a Shiva's Guard now, so he's a lot harder to kill. He was a lot easier to kill earlier on into the game, but now he's kind of getting tanky with the BKB and the Shivas. Although there's the Ember.
They have found him. Finger and an easy kill with the hook shot into the cogs, and now that might be buyback. That's very important.
That's super, super important.
So now how do you approach this if you're exit wounds? I think you're going to have to buy back probably.
Yeah, I think you wrap around with the Knights, like wait for the Nightstalker puck to
maybe CO is probably playing the right way. If they can clear out the wave, although they're just going to go top instead, it looks like.
Yeah, but that's at least a couple of seconds.
Do they have Glyph? You know. They don't have Glyph. 37 seconds on cooldown. By the time the Ember respawns, they will have Glyph available. Puck is just sitting mid. He's waiting to just cut another wave, but I don't think this is an issue. I think they're just going to go top. Meanwhile, wrapping around is the Nightstalker. Vision-wise, they do have a ward that's going to spot him heading back into the base if he's not careful.
Ooh, Nightstalker has BKB. If he just runs in BKBs... The SF has no BKB right now. If they take a fight right now... Although Nightstalker's just cutting. Okay, so they're...
I think he didn't mean to do that. It's also daytime, by the way, which is really bad.
Oh, that's probably why they're not looking
to
fight.
He needs BKB TP right now. Yep. He is taking a lot of damage anyways. Okay, they have hook shot. All right, well... Not the best.
I mean, now they can just do it again.
Oh, they have to send a line back though. Defend.
Although if he doesn't show, he is showing.
They know that he's there.
It's a little dangerous. I guess they know that the Nightstalker does not buy back because he bought out the full BKB.
Yep, exactly. But I don't know if they can do anything anyway. Glyph is back up. They can keep clearing the waves. A little dangerous. There's no hookshot initiation. Though. Without hookshot, I don't think they can take a fight. They're going to jump in. JS is going to pop his BKB. There's the Glyph going. Ember Spirit was looking for the kill on the Mirana. Can't quite find it. Zio's still chasing him down. Triple Remnant, they need detection. They don't have it. All right, that's a kill lost that they would have gotten otherwise. That's pretty important for them.
That's huge. That's huge for Detonator. They almost got the tower, too, with the SF. He forced in and then just TP'd out, knowing that nobody can really do the damage to him now that he has that butterfly. Yeah, that was interesting. I think that was like a full committal. We're going to, like, they knew that they were going to do that, committing to that, which is interesting. You don't usually see that because it's obviously very dangerous, but since they're struggling so much to push this high ground, they kind of wanted to just get damage on it because next time they do that, they lose the tower.
Razor has no BKB and he is on his own. Why is he so far up? Luke is going to get FB'd on. They've already Earth Spiked him. The finger will come out. He's dead. Dead for 80 seconds. He does have buyback, of course, but that's...
With the kill steal.
That's 10 seconds around. Roche is going to respawn in 10 seconds. They need to find something dead, and I think Kumi's going to go for us here. They've got the Sleight of Fist. They need the Searing Change. They found the Mirana. She doesn't have BKB. They need to kill her.
Boy.
She is going to die, but CO is in trouble as well. Shin getting really low. Static Storm does hit onto JS. His BKB is down. They need a Void. Cat's still running in, and JS should BKB and just run at this point, I would assume. Silence comes out. There's the Requiem coming in. Good Earth Spike, and man, did they turn that fight around immediately. Kumi dies. They were not expecting the BKB back up. They still get the kill, but they lost Kumi. That's all of their damage. Cat's got to try to man fight, but it's daytime now all of a sudden.
So tanky.
Glimpse back onto Yaj. Will keep him from getting the kill, but there's the Blink Burrow coming in from the Sand King to secure the chase. Cat will get caught down with the cogs, and he will inevitably die at some point in the future, finally, but not before they've killed both the Mirana and the SF. I think that's a really good idea for exit wounds because they don't push, they don't take high ground while they lose the Razor. I think that's really important for them. Plus, they actually get the gold lead back by a slight amount.
I think Mirana needs to be way more careful when he has no BKB and he knows that that's their only play. You know, like I feel like that was very, very ballsy. I get it. You know, you feel like the whole enemy team is going to go position to defend that high ground. So it's like, okay, I'll take one wave, then we'll go top. But that was kind of their only play. And we've seen throughout this whole game that the Dire has been taking these fights where they know that they kind of have one play to make, and then they make it, where it's like, okay, we have this one opportunity to do something, and we'll take it. So they do it again with that. Obviously goes very well for them, killing the SF and the Mirana, both of which had no BKB.
And they could have panicked there and said, we lost a Razor, we need to go back high ground immediately.
Go defend, exactly. I think that's what they were expecting. That's what Detonator were expecting.
They were pushing so far up, and then they realized that, oh, we only have 2 heroes mid. And Ember Spirit jumps in. And by the way, we discussed how Ember Spirit wasn't doing damage and how he needed more damage items. Instead, he goes for the Aeon Disc, and I think that's a really good idea, actually. That one fight where he had the Arcane Rune really made me see that, yeah, he does a lot of damage now, even without any real items other than Maelstrom. Now the Aeon Disc is going to keep him alive, where he's been getting bursted a lot recently. It's
a pretty stupid hero, honestly, right now. Like I think a lot of people think this hero is low-key broken just because you get that Maelstrom and then people build into like an Aeon Disc. Sometimes BKB with the treads, and you're just so effective in terms of your damage in the late game, even without any real late game items. And yeah, that's kind of why he's picking up the Aeon Disc, I guess, because he's just like, you know what, this hero's broken. I do a lot of damage already.
Yeah, it's true. And this is before he hits to his 25, which he might get the remnants, he might get the sleight of fist charges. Meanwhile, JS has picked up a Daedalus, and he's getting close to 25 as well. This is a very tricky initiation if they go for it. They find the Dream Coil, but JS pops the BKB, so too does Kumi, and Sio is almost certainly dead. Meanwhile, the Emperor's on the back line on his own. They'll buy back in the puck. He needs to remnant away. He doesn't even need to. They actually get the kill on the line, which is nice, but I don't know. Can they really go for Roche now? This is dangerous. They did blink 147 damage.
But Jules still has his BKB, and he's pretty spooky.
There's no BKB on the SF either, but he does have Requiem. I don't know how you take this fight. Do they have Moonlight? They already used it, so...
Neither team really wants to fight
yeah,
this.
that makes sense. Time to back up. Or is it?
Exit. Oh.
Good force. They can still chase.
He can blink.
Nice blink. And that Shiva's guard had it hit. Might have been a big kill. Yaj, though, in trouble.
Look out. Look out, little robot.
Jump in. They're going to find Yaj. She's taking a lot of damage from this Ember Spirit. He's just dead, I think. Plasma Field. Had the glimpse back, not that they needed it. I don't know how far you want to push up. They get the dust onto Aubing. They're going to try to turn this. They're going to get 2 kills out of this. There's 3 dead now. It's only the SF and the Miranda. They're going to push high ground. They're going to force buybacks.
Oh, that's a tip.
Yeah,
oh, that's
a triple tip. That's a triple tip, although Aubing gets him back by tipping Shang. Kumi's going to try for the TP. They silence up the clock so he can't hook in and cancel the TP of the Ember Spirit, who is now gone. But he has a remnant, so he's back in, of course. So they forced 1 buyback. That could have been a lot worse. They had to buy back on Aubing. That game gets a lot harder, I think, for Detonator. But now they might lose Roche if they're not careful.
It's been a long time since I've seen 3 tips.
That was aggressive. It was very aggressive.
I don't even need to. You know what's coming next.
Do I? What's coming next? Am I confused?
Since fifth grade. Okay.
I'm so confused.
Never mind.
You're clearly like attempting to make a joke that I am not getting at all, and I'm sorry for that.
Dude, it's too like
Oh, I think I get it now. All right. I think I'm on the same page as you. I don't know if anybody else is, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, that's maybe we don't go too.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to. With the jokes that we make, let's relax. Meanwhile,
we don't.
Razor at Ags, I think, is the point booster flying out or something? Or, yep, it is. Razor gets Ags. This game gets a whole lot nicer for this particular hero. He doesn't buy it out, though. He wants buyback instead, which I think is a fair assumption, or a fair point at this point of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Night Stalker actually did go Halberd. He was going to build into Crimson Guard, and instead got the Sange. And I think Halberd's, the Crimson Guard's really good this game. Although, Owa will break the smoke. JS, his BKB's about to get popped. He needs to use it. And there's going to be the Moonlight. They'll drop a ward down. I don't know if they have vision. They have a sentry. JS is going to try to run, but he's very speedy. It's only 84 damage linked. On the back lines, Kumi's trying to find somebody. Owa jumping in looking for an Earth, but can't find it. Jules has a DD again, but I don't know if they can fight with it. They're going to D-ward over here. They're going to glimpse back the Mirana. Dream Coil comes out, but he does pop the BKB. Instead, he's going to try to turn. Hook shot. It misses, but they will find Caddy's taking a lot of damage. Static Storm coming out, but not doing anything. They're going to lose this Night Stalker, and Kumi's got to run now. I don't think they can turn this. They have Static Link, but now the puck's about to die. The finger comes in. It's a double kill for JS, and that's going to be Roche. No puck buyback. No Night Stalker buyback. A little too aggressive from Exit Wounds. Very big fight. This will be Aegis, it'll be Cheese, and it'll be a high ground push almost certainly here within the next 80 seconds for this Detonator team.
God, I hate to be that guy, but what a convenient double damage room.
Yeah, pretty nice.
That's like 3 or 4 times in this game. Jules has gotten a DD right before fighting, right before roshing, and what a hero to get it on. This hero is just, we talked about this hero dishing out the damage with the attack speed. There's very few heroes right now that are better to get a DD on than Mirana, just because she gets that attack speed. So it's like, sure, her base damage isn't absurdly high, like some like ridiculous strength gain hero that, you know, builds a heart or something like that. But she has 144 base damage plus the DD. She hits like a rapier. It's like she's a walking rapier.
Yeah, she's pretty strong, and with minimal damage items as well. She really has just the Mjolnir. Glimpse onto JS. Static Link comes in. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's down for 20 seconds. They don't have a puck for 20 seconds either. They're probably going to lose this tier 3. There's both BKBs on these heroes. They're not using them yet. JS still has Aegis, of course. They want to get the racks. They might be able to do so. Night Stalker running in. There's the cheese. BKB getting popped. They're going to turn on the cap. But look at the damage coming from Luke. He popped his ultimate with the Aghanim Scepter. Now they're on the run with Jules. Double lead coming in. Sleight of Fist. Kumi might be in trouble. Hookshot comes in. He does have the Andisk. He remnants through. Now JS pops his BKB. Good epicenter so far, but not enough to get a kill yet. Cat's still on the run. His BKB wearing off. He doesn't want to die. I don't think he has buyback if he does. They're going to run back in with Kumi. They're going to get JS more than likely, but can Kumi survive? Sleight of Fist, Remnant out. Nice play. Obbing's still there. Everybody low for the Detonator side. They have not lost racks yet on the Dire team. Sayo still chasing. Ags, or excuse me, Dreamcoil still down, but the Sleight of Fist connects. They have a Burrow back in one. He's going to be able to force as well. They get the kill on the Mirana, and now they can glimpse back Obbing if they need to. Owa's going to blink away, but Obbing in a lot of trouble at this point. They actually don't have enough mana to glimpse him. Although still E is dead to the Sleight of Fist combination for Kumi. Big fight, big hold for Exit Wounds. That's Aegis, that's Cheese, that's all those BKBs now down, Jenkins. What a fight coming in for Exit Wounds.
I gotta say, Kumi is amazing with this hero. Like, this guy is just making insanely clutch plays with Ember. Making it look a lot better than I think you would see in a lot of your pubs. Just very quickly, I mean, he got arrowed that fight. It looked like he was screwed, and then he just kills 3 of them afterwards because he's so quick with it. He's got the quick fingers, you know. He's pressing the Sleight of Fist, the Remnant during the Sleight of Fist, and then while the Sleight of Fist is still going and hitting 3 people, only 3, he also uses the Remnant to get away. So it looks like it's like pop, pop, pop. You know, he's gone. Just like that.
Dreamcoil counter initiation. They hit the arrow. Luke in trouble. He needs to BKB. Even if he does, he's going to die one way or the other. But here comes Kumi looking for Owa, trying to find this kill. Chasing him down. That will be the Lion dead. But can they find anybody else? They have to remnant away with Kumi. They've got the glimpse back. They've got the static storm, but Jules pops the BKB. Gem on the deck. That's the gem that they just purchased. Who grabbed it? I think it might have been Yaj. Do they still have the gem? Or is it somewhere else that I'm not seeing? Okay, it's on the Disruptor. I thought they grabbed the gem, but I think they didn't even lose it. Maybe I spoke too soon. Moonlight Shadow, Yaj looking for Kumi. He's got Battery Assault, hook in 8 seconds. He needs to remnant out, and he will do so. Blink, they cannot find him. He's going to try to TP away. He will be able to get there successfully. They'll take the Tier 3 tower. They'll even up the building count in that regard.
Look at the 2 runes that are up now. DD and a haste. If Ember can get this DD... Oh, never mind. They're not. It's going to be farming DD. All right.
Yep. So... This Razor continues to get like hooked and locked down. They have enough stun lock to actually bring him down, and that's why he's realizing, hey, I need an Aeon Disc. In fact, he purchases it up outright. He's going to have it in 200 gold, which means he wanted buyback. He doesn't need it at this point, but he might need it later. Meanwhile, Satanic has been picked up for Shadow Fiend. Other items coming out. We've already talked about the gem for the Dire team. Is there anything else of significance that we're missing out on besides the Lincoln Sphere that was just picked up by the Ember Spirit? I think that's about it, though. Scotty's almost done for the Mirana, but
Heaven's Halberd, Night Stalker, although he's kind of had that.
All right, everybody just bought like 5 different items in this game.
Yeah, they're all loaded. Satanic, SF. Stanking has completely fallen off in this game. Clock is higher level than he is.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Man, Aeon Disc kind of like screws with what Dota has been for so long in the late game. Like, the late game historically has been this, whoever plays the map better and ganks better, like you get that one pick off on somebody who doesn't have buyback, and then you know, you end the game. But like with an Aeon Disc, it's like how do you get picked off? You kind of can't. It's like, oh, we got the initiation, it was amazing. Oh, he has an Aeon Disc. Okay, it's just a regular team fight and we lost. So, and then also the fact that buybacks are with that new formula, it's based on your net worth. So you have a lot of heroes, like the Lion, you know, the Clockwork, these heroes that aren't super farmed, they have buybacks. Then you have the Mirana, obviously, you know, a hero like Mirana's going to have buyback just because she's so rich. So a lot more people have buyback. So it's like the late game in Dota is a lot more, you really have to kind of kill everybody multiple times in a row to really end the game. And speaking of killing everybody, there's an Arcane Rune top. If Ember can get that, that's a big deal. He's got a bottle. He's going to swap it for his Aeon Disc.
Yep.
So... And we've seen Kumi do work with one of these Arcane Runes before, like multiple times. The 2 most important fights for them, he had an Arcane Rune. Like, he can use this effectively. He's not just a random player who's like going to use it to farm.
He is
like,
level 15 in Dota Plus, so he's clearly godlike at this hero.
Yeah, this guy knows how to play with this arcane rune. Nobody who isn't an Ember. How's that? Nobody who isn't an Ember Spirit player is going to keep a bottle.
Hook onto Razor. He does have his BKB. He has the hand disc, of course, which means he'll be able to get that BKB off, or at least he should be able to.
Huge.
Yeah, but he's still taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to force himself away. Stay alive for now. He pops the Eye of the Storm, still alive. Now they get a Dream Coil off onto 4. They're going to try to leap away. Yaj is in trouble. So far, it's a 1-for-0 trade. Kumi's going to jump back in. They're not doing enough damage yet. Lion is going to die. Probably the figure comes out. Ember Spirit stays alive somehow. He's still in trouble. The Aeon Disc is now done. He needs to run it away, and he's going to. Can he get out? The auto attack slowing him down. Yaj still chasing. No more hook shot. Down for 10 seconds. They did get the Lion, but that's still a Razor for a Lion trade. What an incredible fight. Even with that Aeon Disc, they're still able to lock him down for pretty much ever, it feels like.
I can't believe they didn't win that fight. They used so much on the Aeon Disc. Like,
oh my god.
I really
Cat,
like...
what are you doing? That's the gem, buddy. That is the gem.
Although he's tanky. Although
if he gets to the trees, they might not see it. All right, they found it. Oops.
That's a gem.
I mean,
Clock has a Lotus Orb.
Kumi needs to run. What is Kumi doing? Kumi's dead? No, he gets out, but he's still very close to dying.
Well, he's got to be careful. I think there's an auto attack. Okay, no, he blinked.
If there was a flare and an auto attack, he'd be dead. That'd actually be hilarious.
Yeah, he actually would, yeah. Or if Shadow Fiend just crits.
They're trying to keep the waves pushed out because they don't want to get him to high ground. Oh my god, there's another DD there.
Ooh, that's a DD.
Somebody needs to find that rune for either side. I don't care who it is, but somebody needs to pick it up. Hook shot, they found the puck. He doesn't have orb. He just used it. Boy, is he in trouble. He's got phase shift, though. He should be able to get out. Blink in 2 seconds. Maybe not. Oh, the Sandstorm didn't do enough damage. He almost dies to the crit. They will find the DD. No, they get it for Kumi! Oh, my God. High-speed robbery.
Yeah, that would have been a dank-ass rune for Shadow Fiend to get, to say the least.
Grand larceny for the Ember Spear from Kumi. Jacking the DD.
Somebody should call the police. I don't know what the rules are in Southeast Asia, but I know in North America you can't just go stealing things like that.
No, you can't.
Right out from in front of them.
Listen,
that's just rude. To say the
that's
very
not
least.
That's not like he went to Walmart and stole some DVDs like I did when I was 20. That's more like, hey, I'm just gonna stick up a bank with a gun and take it right out from underneath you.
Wait. What do you mean you stole some DVDs from Walmart?
I was in college and I was 20 years old and I moved to a small town in New York for my college. And I had some friends that, we got the thrill of taking some DVDs from Walmart. We would essentially open the boxes, take the actual DVDs, and
oh God.
Yeah.
Dude, you're admitting to a felony.
Well, I already got arrested for it, and I got off, so it's already done. It would be double jeopardy if they tried doing it again, so I'm probably fine.
That's good. Well, you can also plead the what's that one where it's American. It's the old whatever thing you have, the 10 Commandments, that big piece of paper that has all the writing on it.
Are you talking about the fifth?
Yeah, it has that.
That's the Fifth Amendment, not the commandment. Oh my God.
The fifth commandment, right?
No.
It's like the American. I think it's like God wrote something.
God said, "You shall not self-incriminate." Is that what you're telling me?
It says you can have guns. You should not self-incriminate. You cannot steal DVDs from Walmart. Like, there's a few things that God put on there for Americans, but honestly, all I'm trying to get out here is that you probably shouldn't have stolen those DVDs.
I know I shouldn't have stolen. That's what my dad said when I first got arrested. Turns out I realized that, and I regret it. Now, Cat, he's going to regret getting caught. The finger comes out. Very tanky, and even with all that damage coming from Jules, he's not dead yet. The hook shot is there, though, however, and he will, in fact, fall. He's dead for 85.
Oh, my God.
This game continues to go on and on. He's actually got his gold buyback at about 70 gold. So that he will have buyback by the time they try to push high ground, which is good news for them.
That was nowhere near as worth watching Frozen in HD on DVD. But
excuse me, it wasn't Frozen. It was The Perks of Being a Wallflower with Emma Watson from Harry Potter.
Oh, I lit a mailbox on fire when I was like 14, so I'm not one to judge.
By the way, in case anybody's actually thinking about reporting me, that it was a joke. So, relax. Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard, just like that. And that might be enough for Detonator to finally get over the hump of this game. The gold has been constantly 1K to 2K advantage since the beginning of the game. There has not been more than a 3K gold lead at any point in this 51-minute long game, which is insane to think about, Jenkins. It's actually nuts.
That's pretty crazy, yeah. I mean, especially because they're fighting so much too. You'd think like, oh, they're just both farming, sure, but no, they're fighting. It's just going pretty evenly, surprisingly.
Meanwhile, Radiant have everybody with buyback. Puck and Night Stalker still do not have their own. So approaching these next few minutes for Exit Wounds and for this Radiant team are going to be pretty important, as there's going to be some big items coming out as well. And we're going to take a look at a few of them now while we've got a second. Obviously, Kumi's gotten the same items that he's had for the last few minutes. SF is working on, I'm not sure. He actually has 4,300 gold in the bank that he's saving up for something. Marana is picking up.
Sheep, maybe?
Marana's probably going to pick up a Daedalus. Yeah, she's almost got it. JS has a double damage room, which means they might want to push high ground at this point, even though it is a little dangerous.
That is a lot of damage.
Razor looking for Refresher Orb. He's getting close, but not quite there yet. Blink Burrow, they found the initiation onto Shing. He is dead. He has buyback, so not the end of the world, and it's just a disruptor, but having to use it is going to be pretty tricky. Uh-oh, Luke in trouble. He's going to get hexed up. He needs to get out. The end is coming through. That's now down. He needs to be careful. JS is throwing bombs. They get off the halberd, though. That'll stop from pushing too much further. Meanwhile, top lane, Kumi's going to push into the tier 3 tower, but I don't know if he wants to stay there. I think he needs to back up with how much damage JS is doing. They're going to have to pop Glyph. And this is going to be a tricky fight. They're fighting into Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard. Refresher Shard is up for the Shadow Fiend, so we'll have double BKB if he does get caught. They want to get this Aegis, but he pops the Satanic. Static Link coming out. That's only going to be 77 damage stolen. They get the Burrow Strike, Epicenter Initiation. Cat in trouble. Static Storm is there. Jules is popping bombs. There's no Night Stalker for 88 seconds. And for now, this is a pretty tricky fight here. Kumi's going to have to run it back up to the high ground with his Blink Dagger. Hookshot Initiation. The Puck in trouble. He's about to fall. He's dead for 100 seconds. That might be it for Exit Wounds. They're playing 3 versus 5. Kumi on the back lines is going to get hexed up. He is almost certainly dead, even with the Andis popping. He is still in trouble. The Burrow Strike Initiation is there. He'll be forced to buy back immediately. They didn't even get the Aegis. JS still has it at this point. It is impossible to fight into this team now. It feels like triple Remnant jumping in. There's the cheese from Jules. They'll jump away with the Emperor Spirit. Luke getting run down. He should have buyback as well, as Eye of the Storm is now down. They need to defend. They don't want to lose Megas. They don't even want to lose 2 sets of racks at this point. Static Link is back up. Puck will buy back. He finally gets enough money for it. In the meantime, the racks will fall both top and mid, it looks like. Glimpse back onto JS. He has his BKB. Doesn't use it yet. He still has Satanic along with Aegis. He'll try popping Satanic in a moment, I would assume. Not yet. Hookshot is there. They're going to find Luke. The Glimmer Cape does not save his life. He's going to have to buy back. Cat also has his. And everything coming up Millhouse for this Radiant team. Remnant, and they want Owa. They're going to find it. Yaj getting a little bit low. They pop the BKB in the Requiem. Doesn't do anything. They buy back on both of the heroes on the Dire side. Here comes Luke. Pops the BKB. Leap away from Jules. He doesn't have one left. He's going to try for the TP. Static Link is there. They have no way of breaking this. The Glimpse back. Did they get it? Yes, they did. They're going to find Jules. They'll get the kill. That's important for them, but they are still very far behind. Seemingly out of nowhere, Jenkins. It goes from a 2K lead to a 14K lead for Detonator. That's how important Aegis, Cheese, Satanic, Refresher Shard was for that Detonator team.
Yeah, I think the big lesson here to be learned is Roshan and Rune Control in the hyper late game is incredibly important. More important than your damn barracks. I mean, that double damage was insane. The Aegis Refresher Cheese was insane. Like, it's just impossible to fight into this many things.
There's still a chance here for Exit Wounds. I think they might just try to go for a death push. Try to finish this game off right now. They'll buy back. They want to force the buyback. Kumi pops the BKB. He can't afford to die. The Aeon is coming in. BKB from JS has been popped, so now that's going to be down, but he still has Satanic and Refresher Shard, so he can get another BKB. They'll hook and they'll look for Luke, but he's still fine for now. Remnant away from Kumi. They have the Octarine Core on that hero. He's getting a little bit low in mana now. Cat getting run down. He pops his own BKB. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. JS hasn't used the Refresher Shard yet. He's already really tanky. Kumi's going to try to TP out and looks like he'll be able to make it away. Can they get everyone out is the question, especially the Puck, who doesn't have buyback. He doesn't have a TP scroll they need to run, but they might be able to make it out here, it looks like, for Exit Wounds. Very good stuff for them to secure their retreat now, and a lot of buybacks forced as well. I think the Marana used her own, too. Yes, she did. So it comes down to the Shadow Fiend, I feel like. If they can kill the Shadow Fiend, force his buyback, and they can kill everybody else, they can maybe win this game for Exit Wounds, but it's very tricky.
It's so hard, though, because he has BKB Satanic, so that's basically an Aegis, and then Refresher Shard, BKB Satanic again. So he's basically got 3 lives, and then also buyback. So,
if there's one way they win this game, and I think it's going to be double Eye of the Storm for Luke, and a good Link as well. That's one way they can win a fight, I'm pretty sure.
Does he get 2 links? Like, will he do
double Link?
Does it work like that? Will he be able to double Link?
I think the buff doesn't stack.
It would switch the buff? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure he would just get 1 set of damage instead of 2. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know the exact mechanics, but
It seems like an ability you would not be able to double.
You could check on the
It just-
Dota wiki. If you go Dota wiki and look at Razor and check static link, they'll have some information about it if you want to. I can't look at it myself.
Razor Dota wiki. Let's give this a gander while we're waiting for this bottom push.
So this SF is the key component for Detonator. If they can somehow survive his damage, he will almost certainly survive one way or the other. I know he doesn't have Aegis, but he has BKB, Satanic. Look at the smoke, though, from Exit Woundz. They're going to wrap in all the way behind this Dire team, or Radiant team, excuse me. Flare doesn't... Oh, it sees Kumi. Oh, my God, they're going to know. If Kumi wasn't... If we was smoked, it would be huge, but they popped the BKB double. I have the Storm about to come in from Luke. He can't afford to die. He's getting crushed. He's going to survive for now, but now he will fall. With no Luke, that means this game is probably over. Kumi's going to try to get Owa. He's been hexed up, though. The Flame Guard is there. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade, but a much better trade right now for JS and the rest of the team. Epicenter getting channeled for Obbing, looking to try to initiate. He's going to find Cat. Kumi gets out in time, but Cat will almost certainly fall. He's on the high ground. They will auto-attack him a few times, and he's dead for 100 seconds. And with the Aeon Disc in the inventory of, or he sold it, actually. The Razor sold the Aeon Disc, which means he can't survive all of that damage from JS. And that was the one opportunity they had to win the game. They don't have enough damage from Kumi yet. They needed a lot more from the Razor, and he didn't provide anything in that game, and I think that's it, Jenkins.
Yeah, I think this boils back down to the Rune and Roshan control. At this point, it's like, it's asking a lot for them to come back into this game. Like you said, that was kind of their only opportunity, but it wasn't that bad before. It wasn't anywhere near that bad.
Kumi just gets crushed by JS. There's nothing he can do. GG's called.
Shadow Fiend is right-clicking so hard for a Shadow Fiend that went for all magical damage.
Yeah, he didn't get the 2 damage per soul. He went for the cooldown reduction instead of the armor. Armor, minus armor. So you got to be, if you're Exit Woundz, to come so close to forcing a game 3 and to lose in that fashion, you got to be so disappointed. It came down to Runes. It came down to Roshan, more importantly. It came down to just one player getting picked off. That player doesn't get picked off. The game continues and probably does for another at least 10 to 15 minutes instead of ending right there.
There's a part of me that thinks, okay,